Podcast.
Few horror movies had the impact upon its release like The Exorcist had 52 years ago. Theatergoers were unprepared and shocked by the powerful visuals they were seeing on the big screen. Reports of people fainting and vomiting were widespread. Up to that point in time, no movie pushed boundaries that far. When you bought your ticket to The Exorcist, you knew you needed to prepare yourself for the toll it would take on you. The fear was real, and that fear has continued 50 plus years later. Our guest tonight was a direct contributor to those sleepless nights we all experienced when we first allowed The Exorcist into our psyche. She helped give life to some of the more shocking scenes within the movie. Whether it was the powerful crucifix masturbation scene, the projectile vomiting scene, the Karis exorcism fight scene, or the subliminal images of the frightening Pazuzu demon, Eileen Dietz did her part to shape the horror masterpiece that The Exorcist is to this very day. And if you listen to the show, you know that for me, The Exorcist stands as the granddaddy of all horror movies and my personal favorite. And it is my absolute honor to be able to welcome the amazing Eileen Dietz to the show. Eileen,
Hi.
thank you for your time this evening. Welcome to the show.
Oh, yeah, it's my pleasure to be here. Yeah. And I truly believe, I know this to be true, that Pazuzu is the most popular icon now, as opposed to Reagan. And Warner Brothers uses Pazuzu in so much of their
Oh, Pazuzu's everywhere.
advertising and their record album. And so that really pleases me.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, creates a really nice living for me.
Absolutely.
Oh, look at
Okay.
your T-shirt. Look at your, is that
Oh,
a
I
hoodie?
got the T-shirt going on. I got you right here, Eileen.
Oh my God.
So you can know the fan that I am.
Yes, I do. I remember meeting you.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, thank you for your time. Really appreciate it.
I just
How
got
much?
to get off in time to watch the World Series.
I know. Hopefully, how did you watch the game last night?
I did. It
Did you
ended,
watch the entire game?
of course.
What?
Yeah, and I have no fingernails left.
Oh my
Eileen,
God.
are you in California?
Yeah,
Okay,
I,
okay.
I live in Hollywood.
Oh, so you're right there in the thick of the action.
Yeah, I'm 20 minutes from Dodger Stadium, but who
Oh,
wants to
okay.
pay $1,100 for a ticket?
Oh my God, that's what they're charging for a World Series
Yeah.
ticket?
900, I think, is the cheapest.
Wow.
But
Oh.
we have a 10-foot screen. If you look at my Facebook page, you'll see it. We had the football game on one screen and the baseball game on the other.
Oh, I love it. Well, listen, the Dodgers win tonight. It's pretty much a wrap. I mean, it'll be hard for the Blue Jays to come
You're
back.
absolutely right. Let's say when they win.
So Eileen, let me lead in with the first question. I want to rewind the clock 50 years ago, right? 50 plus years ago. What was your initial reaction as you witnessed the impact the movie had upon its release? Like when it first came out, it traumatized people. What'd you think from your lens? What'd you think about all of that?
I think it was cool. I mean, I think it's a responsibility of people who make movies is to move people in some way, to either love it or hate it or be scared of it. But if you're not involved with the characters and the plot and what's going on, then there's no movie. And that's the biggest problem with, oh, I can pick up my camera and make a movie. They don't have a script. And you have to have a script, a
Yeah.
good script. Even God said first there was the word, And if you don't have a script, you have no movie. And if you don't have characters that people can identify with, then you have no movie like Exorcist the Believer.
Oh my God! Don't even
Oh,
get us.
God.
Don't even get us started on.
All right.
Did you?
All right, there
did
goes
you-
half of my questions for the night. I was going to say, I recently heard an interview. It was before Believer came out, and you didn't seem very optimistic about it. And I was going to ask, like, have you seen it? And well, I guess
Yeah,
we
I fell
already know.
asleep. I kept looking at my watch. It was just so boring. And they didn't even have a demon in it. And then they took the exorcism scene practically scene by scene. And you never knew why the girls went into the woods. The
No,
whole
no,
movie
but
is about these
see-
girls that go into the woods and they never tell you. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
but you don't understand. They had every religion involved.
Yeah.
That must have been. And Linda Blair making a quick, like 10-second thing, and
Yeah.
Ellen Burstyn, who's 89, and she looked 89. So
Yeah.
And what they did to her in that
And what they
movie,
did to her, that was insulting,
they
right? That was.
ruined.
I hope she needed the money.
Yeah. So Eileen, you hear stories about William Friedkin as a tough director, right? Shooting guns off, slapping actors. He takes his scenes, a step further. How is it working for him?
Next
How did you-
question.
Oh, okay.
It was very
Right.
tense. And
It was tense, yeah.
He's dead now, so he can't answer for
Yeah.
himself. But we were shooting weird things, and it was. I don't know how he was with Linda, obviously, but I know the crew didn't like him much, and they would take their time setting up shots and stuff like that. And that, and he did other things. He decided the actors had to be sick at the sight of the demon, which was me in that scene. And they made up a thing of rotten eggs and rotten stuff so that they would smell it and get sick. Well, the crew got sick and they had to
jeez.
cancel the scene.
Everybody
God.
puking pea soup and
Well, and we had tested all those, a lot of those things during the screen test. So, I mean, obviously, in my opinion, Dick Smith and the editors made that movie, as
Yeah.
well as, and I'm sorry, I don't know his last name, Marcel did the FX and created, the vomiting appliance.
Yeah, Vocateur, I think, isn't that last name? Something like that.
That sounds good. And
Yeah,
both
yeah,
of them
we'll go
were,
with that.
they were just absolute genius in my
Yeah.
opinion. And Dick used to hide in the makeup room so he didn't have to talk to Billy Freakin.
Oh my
And
God.
the same thing with Bill Blatty and Billy Freakin. They just didn't get along at all.
Yeah, they clashed for many years. They clashed because they had two different thoughts
Visions.
about the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, visions with them. Did you read the book before you were cast? Like, because the book's pretty powerful.
As a matter of fact, when you'll read about this in my book, but I
Okay.
was doing a play, a small 99-seat theater play, and a couple casting directors came to see it, and they called my agent and they said, "We're casting this horror film, and would Eileen be interested in it?" So of course I said yes, and so I went and met them, and she gave me the book to read and take home before I came and did an audition for her. And of course, I read it in one night. I like the book. I like the book a lot.
Book's
I
amazing.
think it has things in it that the movie does not, and the ending is totally different.
Yeah.
You really don't know if if she's nuts, made up all this stuff, or she has medical problems, or indeed she was possessed. And Bill Blatty left that open for people to decide by themselves. But obviously, in the movie, she was possessed because
Yeah.
Pazuzu's eyes turn color. So
Yeah.
yeah, I would actually, I do have the original book on my, not the original one, but the Exorcist novel on my table. And
Okay.
I mean, I have the original one that Bill Blatty and I became friends right before he died. Not right before he died, but we became friends. So he sent me a first edition signed, which is kind of nice.
oh, nice.
Okay.
And Dick
Nice.
Smith and I became friends. He moved in from New Jersey after his wife passed on. And
Oh, Dick Smith was from Jersey?
yeah.
And we never
Yeah.
ran into him. What the
Oh, I'm
hell?
sorry. It might have been from Connecticut.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's
But
a
his studio
master. He was
in
a master
upstate
of
New
effects.
York. So let's start that whole thing. His studio was in upstate New York. And
Okay.
I went to his studio because I was possessing Reagan. They needed me to look like Linda Blair. And so I went to the studio so they could make prosthetics and make what they call a life mask, which is the one
Okay.
they put all over your face. And, and Dick Smith loved to talk. So he talked about Marlon Brando. He talked about Dustin Hoffman, and his studio is just amazing.
Yeah,
And
he
then
must have had
after his
amazing
wife
stories.
died, they convinced him to move to LA.
So when they reached out to you to be part of the movie, did they have in mind what they wanted you for, or was there even a specific character you were?
Oh, no,
shooting?
absolutely. Originally, they only hired me for the masturbation scene because
Oh.
they felt Linda was 12 and she was too young to do it. And probably in today's market, I wouldn't have a job. But at that time, they couldn't do it. And so I was originally hired just for that scene. And then they wanted to pay me less than was negotiated. And my agent said, you got to pay the same money, whether you do one scene or not. So they decided to keep me on. And then, frankly, I guess here we go. I was a better actress than Linda. And that's why I ended up doing, as you said, the vomiting scene and the death scene at the end and the masturbation, all those things that, I mean, I had a ball.
You got to do all the cool stuff.
Yeah. And I had done small other films before that, and a drive-in movie called Teenage Gang Debs. It was before automatic weapons, and so I'd done other work, but this was the first big studio film that I did. And like I said, I did do a screen test. People like to call me a double. Well, doubles don't do screen tests, and they don't get residuals. So yeah, I was a principal actor on the film. I still get
Yeah,
residual.
that's great. So a couple of things with Jason Miller, who played Father Karras, right? So I heard at the end you was in another interview when you were fighting with him, right? That scene, like he was just like he really he really like acted possessed, right? Like he was like a raging person, like
Oh, he
during
really
it.
did. And if you saw the interview, they did what they call it by the numbers. And Father Karras or Jason is leaning over Father Marin and trying to get him to come back to life. And
Mhm.
I guess it was Billy Freakin. Sometimes the ADs directed, and they said, "Okay, you pound on Father Marin, you look at Reagan, take a second, go to the bed. Now we're up to 4, 5, 6, and then you grab her and just take her and put her on the floor." So I'm sitting in the bed, and Jason, he looked like a German Shepherd, ready to pound me. He forgot about the numbers. He just went, grabbed me, threw me on the ground, which was fun. I mean, everything was fun.
Yeah.
Everything still is. 50 years later, I still think acting is fun.
So I just learned that at the end shot, the silhouette at the end where Pazuzu, that's you.
Oh yeah, but that's not
Yeah.
the end shot.
No, not the exorcism shot. I'm sorry. During the exorcism when
Yeah, but the end shot was Pazuzu. What, were you talking about shooting or in the movie?
yeah, in the movie during the
Oh yeah,
exorcism
yeah,
when she's on
yeah.
the bed and
That's
she's got
me.
that pose, right, stretching out.
Yeah, they use that all the time too.
Yeah, that's a popular image
Yeah,
right there.
you just find it everywhere. By the way, I also sell that statue, and I have an
Okay.
8 by 10 of that shot.
Oh, okay.
And a
Okay.
Pazuzu head, actually, if you just want the head.
I got
I mean,
all
it's the head
Pazuzu's
that they
parts.
find at the beginning of the movie that sets off everything that happens in the film. So it's
Yeah.
not just a head; it's a head.
Now, is it
Yeah.
Pazuzu or Captain Howdy? Like Captain Howdy's another name,
Yeah,
kind
well,
of for.
that came from, if you remember, somewhere in the beginning of the film, Ellen Burstyn says, "Who are you talking to?" She's in
Yeah.
another room. Who are you talking to? She says, "Captain Howdy," playing with the Ouija board.
Yeah.
But I'm finding out the Pazuzu is used a whole lot more.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
Right.
absolutely. That's what it goes by. Sure.
I think Captain Howdy was the pilot.
Was a pilot.
I think. Don't quote me on that.
Okay. Okay.
Eileen,
Mhm.
most of your days when you're on set, how long was it take to get into makeup for your scenes?
3 hours.
Okay.
But I've done a lot of makeup stuff, and they're always about 3 hours. And I get just in kind of a Zen thing because you can talk, but I get in this Zen thing. You can't listen to music or anything like that because they have to get there.
Get the
Yeah.
whole head. Yeah.
The hardest thing was I did a movie that we shot outside of Kirk's and Takehouse. It was a small little island called Grand Turk, and it was beautiful. And it was just palm trees in the open. They had no business there except banks, and that was hard because it takes about an hour or more to take those makeups off because they do it really slowly, the prosthetics, and they put glue under, I mean, not glue, but solvent under it.
Mhm.
And then you want to get out and play. It's like, hurry up, hurry up.
Yeah.
Rip
Then
that
it
off.
feels like you just had a nice facial.
You mean you didn't go on the beach in the ocean with the Pazuzu makeup on?
I never thought, well, it's a different makeup. It's
Okay.
really an amazing makeup. And I only have one eye. I play an apparition from the 1850s.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it's a crazy movie. It was done on the Here channel, and it's pretty gay except for me. But we had a crazy director. That's in the book too. He brought all these girls down from Canada that had never worked before, and they were afraid to say anything. But he would just open his robe, and he'd have late night rehearsals with the girls, and they only told me. So finally, I went to the producers and said, this isn't right. You got to do something. So the director comes up to me and he goes, "I know what you're doing. I know. And you're going to be on the first plane out of here." Well, guess what? He was on the first plane.
Oh my
out of there.
God.
So, those are Hollywood stories, and they're in my book.
Oh,
Or on the
I can't
audio
wait.
tape. It's a good
Nobody
it's a good
messes
read.
with Eileen.
And
Yes.
Eileen, your book is Exercising My Demons.
Uh-huh. Don't buy it on Amazon. Not any of you. Please don't buy it on Amazon. I don't make any money.
No, I'm going to buy it from your website.
And
Yeah.
you can't get it autographed if you buy it on Amazon.
So Eileen, what possessed you, no pun intended,
No,
to write it?
It was
That's a pun
absolutely-
intended.
Or pun intended. Yeah, there you go. What possessed you to write it? When did
My
the spark to
manager,
just
Chris Rowe, talked me into it. And he
Okay.
said, and I believe not in coincidence or fate. I believe in little miracles. And we all have them every day, big ones, little ones, And he had been talking to me about it. And I was on Facebook and I saw Kane Hodder had a book. And
Okay.
then I saw the publisher was this guy, Mike Aloisi. So I got in touch with Mike and I said, hey, should we make a book? And that's what happened.
Okay.
Yeah, it was hard because Dan Louvier lives in Connecticut and I live in California. So we could only talk like 5 o'clock in the afternoon to get the time right, or 4. And that's my tired hour. So I'm getting into it right now.
Okay.
No, I'm too excited to watch the game.
Yeah. You got to stay up for the game for sure.
Yeah,
And
nobody
actually, I work
sleeps
out
tonight.
every day on my stationary bike. And I kept going, I said, okay, the game will be over at 9, and then I'll spend an hour on the bike, right? And I kept going and going. So I got on the bike after it was over. I went to bed about 3:30 or
Oh,
something.
jeez. Why not be
Yeah,
on
but
the
I
bike
can.
as you're watching it?
Uh,
Or is the bike in the
I
another
do,
room?
while I'm riding the bike, I do a gratitude list and, like
okay.
affirmations and manifestations. And most of them come true. I can't manifest for other people. I can only manifest for myself. So I'm talking, so I can't have sound.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's good to talk about all the things you're grateful
voice
for.
To text.
Yeah.
I do the whole
Okay.
thing voice to text.
Okay.
So about a year ago, we were introduced to the Fuzz on the Lens guys, Michael Levy, Jason Levy, and through that, we were also introduced to a little gem called Abnormal Attraction. So I'm assuming they just kind of shot their shot and figured we'd try to get Eileen on the show. Is
Well, we
that what
had
it was?
met.
Or
No, we had met at a film festival in Arkansas.
okay,
I got a Lifetime Achievement Award, which I think is kind of weird. I think you should be dead. But anyway, so that's where I met the boys. And
Okay.
we became really, really close. And I did a short film for them. And I always tell them I really did know them back when. We did a short film. And then after that, we did Abnormal Attraction. But they can't get me into Terrifier. I mean, WTF.
don't they know who you are?
Yeah. Well, there's
I
another
know,
one.
that's it. I think it's a political thing.
I mean,
Maybe
art
they-
versus
Be very
Pazuzu.
careful
Come
of
on.
what you put online.
I think we kind of need to see you in that, but
Michael and Jason want me in there, and we'll see what's going on with Stream, which I really like.
Oh, Stream was great.
Actually,
Yeah.
I liked it better.
have you been in talks about the sequel? Or
I don't know anything about it.
I know Michael said I believe he's still working on the script and all, but I know he's pretty good at getting some some icons in the genre to
Yeah.
show
Well,
up.
tell
in
me
this
you're not
movie.
going to promote the movie unless I'm in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
If Michael, I don't know if Michael's going to be at Spooky Empire. I'm not
I
sure
don't know
if
either, but
if he's
I
there.
mean,
He may not, but
it's so great for them though, because up until now they would go visit conventions, but they didn't. They did a couple for Abnormal Attraction and
Mhm.
won some things, but all of a sudden, and including David, who I know,
Yeah.
Art the Clown,
Yeah.
that they're just having a ball, and they're
Oh, yeah.
they're just
Yeah.
going out just about every weekend and doing stuff that we've been doing for 20 years, and
yeah.
they're very, very appreciative. And I mean, I think we all should. I think we're all, not to sound like Pollyanna, but why not? I really do think we are all terribly blessed to be able to make a living the way we do. And sometimes I'm signing my name on a picture and I'm thinking, oh my God, people are paying
Yeah.
me money to sign my name on a picture. Isn't that
My
amazing?
teachers never did this. Strangers are walking up giving me money.
I know, and I'm so excited, and some people are afraid to come to my table. And it's quite an experience. And I got to go to Brazil a month ago. It was fabulous. And the people in Brazil, they just love The Exorcist. And they're all just going, oh, we love you, we love you. And none of them speak English. It's all
That's great.
Portuguese.
You
We
the
love
spooky
you,
lady.
We love you.
Yeah. Well,
So I have a lot of fun. I like doing conventions, and I like flying once I get in the plane. I don't like, trying to get there from Hollywood. It's tough.
Yeah. We always say all the time, the horror community, the horror family, right? It's like everybody's one big family. It's amazing when you go to these conventions, just the way everybody there just respects one another. It's truly remarkable
It's the
how the
polar
horror
opposite of
community
the
is.
internet.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
just I love it.
well, there's some real assholes out there, but there aren't that many. I just
Some?
was
Oh
reading an
yeah.
article on
Yeah.
Facebook of who people felt were the best celebrities to talk to and who they felt were the worst ones. And I won't tell you now, but there were 5 or 6, and they should be grateful.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know if you're familiar with or if you know or follow Kevin Smith,
Kevin
but
Smith used to live next door to me.
really?
Oh,
Yeah, with
okay.
Joey.
Oh,
The two of
okay.
them lived next door, and they stayed
Oh,
there.
way back.
Yeah, and they stayed there until Kevin left,
And then he
she
bought
didn't want
Affleck's
to go to
house.
Jersey. She didn't want to go to Jersey, so she stayed
Okay.
for many years, and now she's happily married and
Yeah.
living in Mississippi. And
I think
no,
as
I
far
was just
like
going to say, a friend of mine is shooting a movie and wanted her in it with me, and so
who's that,
I
Joey?
picked that up.
But no, I think he had the best line on basically what you were saying. Like he's like, people give me money and go out of their way to meet me, and all I do is make pretend with my friends. Like that's
That
and
is
that's
nice.
the best
Yeah.
way. I think that's the best way of putting it. Like, yeah, you're just more or less playing, yeah, playing childhood games with your friends, just with a lot of money involved. And again, people do anything to meet you for that.
It was so amazing, and in my opinion, and we talk sometimes about films they shoot today. What is going to be the classics? Because still, the most classic, of course, is Friday the 13th, Halloween, Chainsaw Massacre.
Mhm.
I just worked with James Duval, so Donnie Darko. You know what I mean? They were
Mhm.
all late 70s, early 80s, and we really wonder which film 20 years from now people will want to meet the people.
I mean, did you really think that in 1973 that, wow, in 50 years from now, this is the granddaddy, when JC brings it up as the one, the horror movie. And it's usually in everybody's top 5, right? The Exorcist is always there. I mean, you could have thought about that 50 years ago.
No, because conventions didn't exist when
Yeah.
we shot the movie. And in fact, I didn't even know about them. I ran, and you'll see this in the book too. I didn't know anything that was going on. And I ran into Dee Wallace at this. It's hard for me to say the word because I was brought up an atheist, but I met her at this church, which it's the Church of Religious Science, and it's not Scientology or Christian Science. We just put together
Okay.
for people who wanted to create their own lives. And Dee said, well, I said, what are you doing? And she said, oh, I go to these conventions. And I said, what? And she said, I go to these conventions and we sell pictures and stuff. And this 20 some odd years ago. So then I had lunch with a friend of mine, and he said, do you know your picture's on the cover of Fangoria magazine and on the cover of a book? Oh, I didn't know that. So then I saw Dee again, and she said, do you want me to introduce you to my manager, Chris Rowe? And I said, sure. And the rest is history. And you'll read a chapter of that in the book too. But he totally had to tell people who I was because everybody, the producers want everybody to think that Linda did everything. And so he took a lot of time. I remember the first convention I ever did, I made $700 or something like that.
Wow,
But Chris
nice.
worked really, really hard. And I've known him for, I think, 24 years now. So that's a long answer to your question. But I didn't know what conventions were. But still, the most popular people and Scream. Scream is so popular.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And like I said, can you think of any films in the last 10 years that would be classics?
Yeah, right now, yeah, Terrifier's probably the only one
Yeah.
that's really got a chance. There's a lot of great movies, but I don't think any that people are going to be talking about in 10 or 20 years.
Yeah.
Much
I'm not
less
sure about
50 years.
Terrifier because, so many people love it and stuff like that, but it's so gory.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
it's a
it's
different
definitely for
kind
a
of film. There's no blood in any of the films I just talked about.
I don't think they make movies the way they used to back then, like some of the classics, from the 70s, early 80s, like it's not the way they do. I mean, I love that indie filmmaking now, a lot of people are getting opportunities to make movies and all that, but for me, some of the classics, the true classics reside back in the 70s, back in the 80s for me. So
Yeah, I mean, I hope Terrifier becomes a classic because I know everybody on it, and either Fuzz and the Lens, and I do know Damien, and I know, and so I wish them, all the best. Maybe it will. Or I just I just did a film that I really love, which I'll promote. It's called Mrs. Lottie D, and Bonnie Aronson is in it. She
okay,
plays Mrs. Lottie D, and
Mrs. Lottie D.
yeah, and it's about she has a kids TV show, and the first part of this film, I won't tell you what happened, but it's totally shocking. She has a TV show with all these kids that are on it, and I play a woman with severe dementia, maybe, maybe not. And I think it's going to go to Sundance, which would be
Okay.
nice.
Okay, so it's still doing festivals then right now. It's
Oh no,
not
it's
like a
not
wide
done yet.
release.
That
Oh,
would be
oh,
the
oh.
first. But there's another film I did called Grandma's Cookies. It's like 10 minutes long, and I have to humbly tell you, I won 3 Best Actress awards for it. And it's just
Wow.
a little fun horror comedy. And right now it's only on YouTube.
Oh, so we
And
can watch it on YouTube?
yeah, there's
It's
another
available?
film I did that's gotten 1 million views, and it's called Night of the Caregiver. And it's basically a 2-character film. And you think I'm this really nice lady serving tea and crumpets, and maybe not, and maybe so, but they have 1 million views on YouTube.
Wow.
I should have a back end.
So you were in Helter Skelter as the Family Girl, 1976. I have a buddy who's a huge Exorcist fan as well, and he knew that you possibly were coming on a show. He's like, if she could just recite that one line in the camera, that'd be great. Do you know the line from Helter Skelter where you look in the camera and you say, "Death, that is
Yeah,
what
yeah,
you're all
yeah.
gonna
No, of
get."
course I did. I thought he was thinking of the Exorcist line that
No,
I
it was from
wouldn't
Helter
sign.
Skelter.
That's where my brain went.
It was from Helter Skelter. So
Should I do it?
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Look at the camera. It'll give him a thrill, I'm sure.
Well, I'll tell you a funny story right before that. I'll tell you funny stories from now till tomorrow. But we were shooting near the Federal Building and downtown, and we all had bald heads and swastikas and everything. And it was great when the camera crew was there. When the camera crew left, everybody started screaming at us. I mean, it's L.A. They say, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, you monsters," or something like that. They needed the cameras to give them validity. But
Yeah.
so I'm standing there with my bald head, which, by the way, they asked us all to shave our heads, and we all said, "Oh yeah, yeah, sure, we will." And push came to shove, maybe not. So if you watch the movie again, you'll see there's no shots in the courtroom of the back of anybody's head, because we all have ponytails
Yeah.
sticking out and things.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's a tough ask. Everybody shave your head.
well, you want to get in the movie, and everybody says, "Okay, it'll grow back."
Yeah. I would shave mine to get in a movie, so
That's
for
funny.
sure.
My manager, Chris Rowe, he says he used to have hair before he met me. Anyway, so one of the reporters says, "So what's going to happen to all these people?" And I just look in the camera and I say, "Death. That's what they're all going to get."
There we go.
And
Love
then the
it.
movie basically ends. I love shooting that movie, though. I guess I'm very lucky. I love shooting practically everything I've ever done. But one scene, we were around the fireplace, and the Charles Manson singing his songs, and there was a full moon, and it was just like it was real.
Yeah.
Steve Rail's back.
Okay.
It was amazing. He'd come on
Yeah.
set and he'd be Charles Manson.
Great movie. You did a lot of TV as well, right? I mean, soap opera, General Hospital, Guiding Light, Love of
Oh,
Life.
I love General Hospital. It was so much fun.
Yeah, yeah. My mom was a big All My Children.
Ah,
I remember that was on constant, but she watched General Hospital as well. Happy Days, right? You did Happy Days?
that was fun too. It was one of their favorite shows. And my neighbor downstairs, when the TV guides used to be around, and she marked for some reason they put my name in the credits on the Happy Days, which they had Fonzie and all the boys and stuff. So she'd mark it when it was on a lot, because they really liked that episode. It was the episode where we all got locked into Ronnie Howard's father's storeroom at the hardware store, and they talk about mortality and death, and it's very funny. I play a girl with 160 IQ who's a real asshole.
Wow,
I
I
think you
I
can
gotta go
find
back
that
and start
online.
watching that again.
Yeah,
Yes,
I got to
that's
check out that
online.
episode.
And General Hospital's on YouTube. I played a mental patient. Do you see a theme here? Um,
Hey,
I
if you're
played a
good at
mental
it though,
patient.
just run with it.
Eileen,
Yeah.
you also got to work with Rob Zombie in Halloween 2.
Mm-hmm.
What was that like?
Oh, he's amazing. He's just like what everybody says, but he has a habit of cutting people out of it. And so I'm just in the deleted scenes. He said it wasn't his fault. He said it was Harvey Weinstein's fault. But then the director's cut came out, and it was like, so it's a very funny scene. If you guys have the DVD or the Blu-ray, check out the deleted scenes because it's really funny. So let's do, what did you call it?
You want to do rapid fire? You ready for
Yeah, it's
rapid
getting
fire?
close to the game.
Yeah, I know you gotta.
She's got
Yeah,
a pregame.
listen, I know everybody's gotta. I know the ritual when you get ready for your game.
It's like my Planet of the Apes, the TV show. And we
Yeah.
only did 10 episodes because they decided nobody liked it. And it has such a cult following now.
Was that a full mask
Oh,
that
it
you
was
had
fun. It was
on?
the
Or was
first job I did in Hollywood when I came up from New York. And the extras just had a mask. But us principals, it was all prosthetics and stuff. And that's a fun thing in the book, too. Find out how we used to eat
Oh, jeez.
because you had the big snout coming out.
Yeah.
I've had a
How-
lot of fun. I feel even on General Hospital, everybody said, you have so much fun stuff to do, and we're just serving tea and cookies. And I went to the makeup room and I said, do not make me up like a soap opera star. I don't want it. She's in the mental hospital and she's pretending she's 18 because she doesn't want to be responsible for the drowning death of her friend. So I said, just give me some foundation, some mascara, and that's it. And the makeup people went, really? Wow.
So
Don't they understand crazy's not supposed to be beautiful?
Yeah, that's probably very true.
how long did the makeup take for the Planet of the Apes series? Was it like similar
That
to
I
what
don't
Pazuzu?
remember. It was the
Okay.
first show I didn't even know where I was because it was the first show I ever did. Probably about the same.
Probably the same
It
as
took a
Pazuzu.
while, and there were a lot of makeup people because there were a lot of apes or chimps.
There's a whole planet of them.
Yeah.
That's great. I love that.
Yeah.
That's great. I love puns.
All right. So
All right.
do we want to? It's 7:30 now. The game's starting in a half hour. Do you want to jump into rapid fire so we at
Yes,
least
please.
give you 10, 15 minutes to?
Maybe I'll even give you some. I'll get something to eat.
There we go. Okay.
He's only going to take a half hour, so
Yeah.
We'll have you out of there by like
Come
10
on,
o'clock
Danny
your
C.
time.
All right. So here we go. Favorite cartoon growing up.
Little Lulu.
Okay. Eileen is stranded on an island and only one food to survive on. What is it?
Chicken.
Okay.
I won't
you-
eat olives. I could be absolutely starving, and I will not eat an olive.
All olives? Any type of olive?
All of them.
Okay.
If there's a
Okay.
little teeny piece on a pizza, I'll find it.
Do you lover of ice cream? Do you like ice cream, Eileen?
I love ice cream.
Okay, so you have the ability to create your signature Ben and Jerry's flavor. What would it be?
Hot fudge with chips, vanilla, hot
Oh.
fudge with chips.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, you answered that quick
Or
too.
caramel. You could either have like the chocolate fudge or the caramel with the chips.
Okay. Favorite song to karaoke to?
It's just stupid songs come into my head because I thought music stopped in the 60s. It did. To Dream the Impossible Dream from Nana La Mancha. I
Okay.
think no one's ever said that before.
you were the first.
Hey, you know what? A lot of people are actually resistant to that. They're like, no, I don't sing anything. It's like we know
We
you-
all saw it. We all sang.
Oh, no, I've never
absolutely.
done karaoke. You said if I did it.
Yeah.
I did
But
it
most
once.
people are-
It was a rap party for some movie I did. Or The Queen of Screams. It's a good movie. Never got out. Yeah, so, and I couldn't do it. I'm too shy to do things I'm not good at. Believe it or not. If I'm
Yeah,
not good at it, I'll walk away.
Pazuzu
I-
shy? No.
I've done it twice, and yeah, there was a lot of alcohol to blame for that. So
Yeah. You gotta have a few shots if you're gonna get up there and
I got
karaoke
on the
for sure.
horse, though, the rocking horse thing.
Okay. Okay, you can choose one actor or actress from any generation to work with. Who would that be?
Dead or alive?
Yeah, any actor, any generation that you can work with, that you would love to work with. That's a tough one.
That is a tough one. my mind goes blank. I'd be terrible in a quiz show. I go, what? What? I
If
know
it
there's
helps at
someone
all,
there.
we can't make it happen, so you're not locked into anything.
Okay, yeah. I'll go to the next question. If it comes to me, I will. Because I know
Okay.
there's someone I adore, and I can't think of who it is right
Okay,
now.
we'll circle back to that.
Okay.
So a DeLorean just arrived at your house. What year is it taking you to?
Oh my God. I saw one on the street about 3 years ago. Does that count? I don't know. Back to the Future?
Yeah.
Whenever year that was done? I mean, you're talking to someone who's lived a long time, so you shouldn't ask about age. They all start to meld together.
Is there a special time that you would like to go back to?
There
to
you
kind
go.
of revisit and remember?
Yeah, I'd go back to the 60s.
Okay.
It was
There
a
you
good
go.
time. I mean, sex, drugs, and rock and roll,
Yeah.
and protests, and we stopped the Vietnam War, as far as I was concerned. And it for me, and the music, whether it was the Beatles and the Doors and Jimi Hendrix, and
And lead paint.
Yeah.
And
I
like
do like Queen though.
Okay.
Queen, of course. Yeah.
I didn't exist till the 70s, but I would like to go back to the 60s.
Yeah.
I've had people, friends of, younger people that really say they wish they could go back to the 60s music.
I just want to check it out in person, but
I would
see.
go back to the 80s. I was born in 73, so
Yeah.
I was a child of the 80s. I just love that generation. I just love the
Really?
fact there was no cell phones, there was no social media. You actually talk to people, right? Instead
Yeah.
of on your phone. It was just a different world
Except
back
when
then.
you need your cell phone because you have a Google map on it.
That's
or you
true.
need to
Yeah.
make an appointment, or you're late for an appointment.
Back then, we broke out the paper maps.
Oh,
Like, where
we
am
had
I?
Thomas Guide. Did you know the Thomas Guides? They were a book, and they had
Okay.
the maps on them with the smallest print you've ever seen. So you
Okay.
can't drive with it. You have to stop
Yeah.
it.
I think I've heard of
I've
it
seen
at
'em.
least. But see, JC, you're missing the whole idea of what she's saying though. See, in the 60s, you had those same perks as the 80s, but then there was more sex and better drugs. So,
That's true. That's
But,
true.
80s sex got a little shady there.
There was no filter.
No, sex got a little. We always said we were feminists, and I don't know who created the sexual revolution, but we were right in front of it. But that all changed when AIDS came along in the early 80s.
Yeah.
And all of a
Yeah.
sudden, obviously everything totally changed.
Yeah.
But before that, it was sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Great movie on that. I don't know if you ever saw And the Band Played On with
Yes.
Matthew Modine. That was a great movie. Just like at the start of the whole AIDS epidemic and everything. That was really good. Scary
Bedside
time.
Companion is an amazing film. Have you seen that?
No, I've never seen that.
Look for it. Bruce
Okay.
Davidson, who's another client, won an Emmy for it, and they just recreated it with Jim Parsons. But
Okay.
well, both of them are. I just remember a scene when this one character was going through his Rolodex and just taking out pictures of people. I mean, Rolodex things of people who had died. And I knew a lot of people that died. Tony Perkins died of AIDS, and I did a play with
Yeah.
him. Anyway, I don't mean to sound maudlin again.
No. All good. We got two more. We got two more questions. We're gonna come back to the other one though. If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
I think to fly.
Okay.
I'd like to fly.
Okay. And if you can take one candy back from your childhood, what would it be? So any candy that you remember from back then that maybe they don't sell right now.
Oh, they do sell. It's probably Good and Plenty.
Okay, good and
I like
plenty.
Good and Plenty. And I like the things that you put it in your mouth. They seem like wax. They were wax teeth.
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah.
teeth.
That I don't think they
The
make
lips.
anymore.
Yeah, the vampire teeth. I remember
Yeah,
having.
they were fun, but Good
Yeah.
and Plenty they still make.
I
I like
refuse to eat a
it.
Good and Plenty.
Yeah, I was
What?
more of a Mike and Ike guy.
Yeah, I refuse to eat Good and Plenties. When I was 6 years old, I took a Good and Plenty and I stuck it up my nose, and I had
Oh,
to be
jeez.
I had to be taken to the hospital because he couldn't get it out. So
Oh,
So you're going to
really?
blame an entire candy because you were sticking
Wow.
You
Eileen,
stuck
we're
it-
learning this all just as like
Yeah,
I've never known
I mean,
this
I
either.
talked the whole time. You guys are fascinating. We have to do the show again, and I'll be the host. And
You can interview us.
You ask
except
us questions.
you don't talk a lot. You're on my left. You don't talk a lot, but the other guy's really funny. I still like your pun. I forgot
What did you
it
stick
was
up your
now, but
nose?
I know I liked it. Okay. So
All right.
I
So-
I think I wanted to be Sally. No, I know I wanted to be Sally Fields because she, we were the same height,
Okay.
and I think she was brilliant. Well, of course, The Flying Nun was the first one.
Oh yeah.
And then she did. I thought Sybil was just brilliant. I don't know if you know those movies. She
Yeah, I
played
do.
six
I
different
do.
characters.
Yeah.
And I just always liked her and would watch anything she did. And should I tell you a quick story?
Absolutely.
I'm on General Hospital, and we went to the Greek Theater in Hollywood, and they had an after party. I think we went to see Cher, and they had an after party there, and Sally Field was there. And I went, oh my God. I was such a fangirl. Oh God. So I walk up to her, and I start to say something. She says, oh my God, you were on General Hospital. I used to watch that show all the time. You were fantastic. And I just went, it truly was amazing.
That's
I got
great.
stories for everything. I mean, just
Dave and I
think-
grew up with sisters that watched notoriously like every single day, like 3 times a day with Steel Magnolias.
Oh,
Yes.
really?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Great movie.
I was going to
Wow.
say Sally Field's so good that I love Steel Magnolias.
Steel
Yeah.
Magnolias is a very good movie.
I mean, I even watched not Parenthood, Brothers and Sisters, I think it was called, and
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
she
I
played the
haven't seen it,
matriarch
but
of
I'm
the
familiar
family.
with it.
Yeah. Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah, oh, everything she did.
Yeah, she's so that's your answer, right? That's the
Sally
individual.
Field.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, we're getting to about that time. Anything else that you want to promote?
No,
Eileen?
I'm serious. We have to do another show, and I'm going to ask you questions.
Do you seriously want to do that? Because that'd be
Yeah,
absolutely
I'll do
amazing.
that. I think you
Okay.
guys are fascinating.
I love it. I
We
love
just
it.
A
have to
little
find a
therapy.
good time. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Well,
After-
I'll email you 40 times over the next week.
A friend of mine said,
After the holidays.
I said to her, oh, I have 10 days off that I'm not doing a convention. She said, oh, good, let's get together. And I said,
That's not
well,
what
I'm doing a podcast today, and I have another one I have to do, blah, blah, blah. And I'm actually doing a film for a friend of mine, 2 days in November. And so all of a sudden, my 10 days is gone.
It fills up quick.
But it's all good. Listen, make hay while I'm very grateful
Amen.
for
Amen.
everything that's happened to me and all my dreams. And a little girl, they said, you can't be an actress. You're not pretty enough. You're not. So I will say that to you as the closing, to your fans out there. If you have a dream, follow it. If you want to be a wardrobe person or a makeup person or a mom, or you want to open a store, just follow it and don't give it up and don't talk about it a lot, because unfortunately there's a lot of negativity out there.
Yeah.
And just do it. And I truly believe that if you follow your dream, you'll get it.
Great words of wisdom, Eileen.
Thank
Beautiful way to end the show. Well, we appreciate it. Like I said, the fan that I am is an absolute honor to chat with
Well,
you tonight. So thank
Hopefully
you.
I'll do the New Jersey HorrorCon again.
Eileen, listen, enjoy the game tonight.
Thank
Go
you.
Dodgers.
Yeah, we're gonna celebrate. The only thing I'm sad is that it's the end of the season, and I listen to baseball all year. But
Yeah.
we'll come back.
But before you blink, it'll be March. So Eileen, take care.
I
Thank
don't
you
know
again.
really how fast time is going.
Yeah.
And I'm shooting a movie for 7 days in December. How did that happen? December's coming up. It was like,
Yeah. The holidays are here. It's crazy.
I know, that's what's so insane. And I'm shooting this movie. I only have a week before Christmas, but
Well, Eileen, be well, and
fun
thank you
story.
again.
Thank
okay.
you.
Thank you, Eileen.
Bye bye.
Take care, Eileen.
Broadcast completed.
You've been listening to What an Excellent Day for a Podcast. Be sure to come on down to excellentdayforapodcast.com, where you'll find our entire catalog. And for your convenience, every episode contains a link where you can text the nerds. Want to throw some praise? Some critique? Perhaps you have a suggestion for a topic you'd like to see us tackle. But while you think about that, you could also check out the connections to all of our socials, including our YouTube channel. Give all them a visit. But don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with everybody you know. And for those feeling a little extra generous, there's also a button where you can support the show in other ways. Every bit of support helps. Well, that's it for this episode. And remember, stay creepy and keep talking some damn horror.